A lot of people have been feeling indifferent about it. It's going to be very interesting. I'll say this about Mike, Allen. Mike loves to get down and dirty. And what I mean by that, he loves to get out there on the road. He loves to scout. He loves player development. He loves that stuff. He's a basketball lifer. His father obviously coached, GM, did it all. Mike Dunleavy Jr. has been around the game his entire life. He knows the business of the word, business of the basketball world, I should say. Mike Dunleavy Jr., I think if Joe Lacob gives him the room to breathe and grow into this role, I think Mike Dunleavy Jr. can do a very, very good job for this organization. Now, does that mean championships? We'll see. Championships are very hard. But I think Mike Dunleavy Jr. is not going to come in overwhelmed with the role of this GM spot with the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, and I think that's a great call, Bonte. Obviously, you know the ins and outs of what's going on with the Warriors organization. I think we should start here, though. Let's pretend that Bob Myers never left, right? Yep. How many more championships do you realistically think the Warriors would have won with this specific core? Because I think that's a big question to ask just off top. Because Mike Dunleavy Jr. is coming in, and you know who the core is. If they don't win another one, it's going to look like it falls on him. But in reality, I'm not sure they were going to get more than one more with this core.
Maybe. Who knows?
You know?
Who knows? Here's the thing. It's tough to gauge the Warriors right now. It is tough. And by the way, good morning to YouTube, Comcast Business Text Line, and Twitch. Of course, we got some good stuff coming up for you guys. But I don't know how many more championships they would have got. What moves would Bob Myers have made? Do the Warriors want to make wholesale changes? Do they want to overhaul this roster? Do they want to trade veterans? Do they want to trade youngsters? Do they want to run it back? Because they believe they're better than Denver Nuggets, who, by the way, are talking that talk after winning their first ever world championship. Mike Malone, his stock is rising. Mike Malone talking that talk, wearing the chain, looking like Paul Wall. He's a wild man. We'll play some of that sound later. But I don't know. I guess the question to ask about Bob Myers was, would he have broken up the core? Would he have made the bold move to break up the core? Do you even need it to break up the core? A lot of people don't believe it. Alan, I run into a lot of people, man. And the consensus I get is that they want Poole gone and not Draymond Green. And now we could get into that. Would Dunleavy have, the gravitas to make a move like that? Would he have permission to make a move like that? I have no idea. But I don't know how many championships they would have won with Bob Myers. They would have been highly competitive. And you know what? They're going to be highly competitive under Joe Lacob because he's going to spend the money.
Well, and I guess that's my point. When you look, you know who the core is. It's been said that Steph wants the core to continue moving forward and see what they can do, see if they can this. We're not going to dub it because anytime something gets dubbed, it never works out, right? Quest for six, or we're not calling it any of that, but they are in search of their 5th championship. So you understand there's that part of it. So then you understand the cap issue, and you understand that Mike Dunleavy Jr. is fairly handcuffed. So in reality, there are not too many moves that he was going to be able to move. Is he going to come in and move Kuminga? We knew the conversation was that James Wiseman was a Lacob guy, right? I don't know if Kuminga is I don't know if Kuminga's a Lacob guy. I don't know if Poole is a Lacob guy. It doesn't seem, with this change, to me, it doesn't seem very obvious that Mike Dunleavy Jr. would come in and blow some stuff up. It doesn't seem like that. I think they are going to run it back. They know that they need to get better, right? And they're going to try to make some moves, but I'm very curious to see if they do move some of these pieces. I mean, Kuminga's been on, he had a rough go last season, but he did help in that championship run. So, and you got Jordan Poole. Those are really the only 2 moves we're talking about, unless Draymond opts out.
Yeah, I don't. The Jordan Poole stuff is wild to me. But 888-957-9570. Are we surprised about Mike Dunleavy Jr.? How you feeling about him being named GM and the man to replace Bob Myers as general manager of the Golden State Warriors? Again, if you're just waking up, this just broke at around 5:50. 5:50. Golden State Warriors executive Mike Dunleavy Jr. has agreed to a deal to become the franchise's new GM. Sources told ESPN earlier today, which is about 23 minutes ago. Dunleavy is elevated from vice president of basketball operations and replaced Bob Myers, who recently stepped down after 11 seasons and 4 championships. So he met with Lacob yesterday. They agreed to a long-term deal, and he'll join executive vice president of basketball operations Kirk Lacob That's right, Kurt Lacob in larger decision-making roles for the Golden State Warriors. So, of course, we know Dunleavy Jr. was drafted 3rd overall back in 2002. He spent 4+ seasons with the Golden State Warriors, and there were 4 forgettable seasons. Mike Dunleavy Jr. will tell you himself, didn't work out the way he wanted to work out, but he did play 15 years in the league.
Right.
But a lot of Warrior fans cannot look past how he played as a Golden State Warrior.
Right, and they should. Right, I know it's a 50 Cent Friday. We might need to get some redemption song in here because this is going to be, or this is hopefully going to be Mike Dunleavy Jr.'s redemption for his association with the Warriors. A lot of it, Bonte, which is the funniest part about all this, and when you have questions about, well, how much do you have, you have the couch coaches and the couch GMs. Well, I could have made that move. If Jordan Poole comes back to what he was in 2022, and Andrew Wiggins isn't injured and is more available than he was this past season, the Warriors are going to be much better. Mike Dunleavy Jr. wouldn't have lifted a finger.
Yeah.
Right? So there's only so much he can do to improve this team. And conversely, if Jordan Poole doesn't come back to year 2022, right? And let's say Clay regresses a little bit, now people are going to be mad at Dunleavy when, again, it has nothing to do with him.
Yeah. How much power will he have with Joe Lacob and Kurt Lacob? Obviously, Kurt Lacob's going to have a little more say. He's been with the organization since day one, since the Lacobs bought the team. Lacob and, of course, Peter Guber. It's a very, very interesting time for the Golden State Warriors. And they make the move where they stay in-house, which I figured they stay in-house. Steiny called it. But a lot of people thought Mike Dunleavy Jr. is going to be the guy. Yeah. He's around the organization. He's visible. He basically soaked up a lot of game from Bob Myers. I know he knows about this business left and right. He's a hell of a scout. He was a hell of a scout. Hell, he discovered Jordan Poole. He's a guy who wanted Jordan Poole, wanted to give him, wanted to draft him late in the first round. And look how that worked out. He helped you win in that basketball championship,
right?
An NBA championship 2 years ago. People forget that. But the optics of the way the season ended, obviously, has swayed a lot of people's opinion.
Short memories
on a lot of players.
Short memories.
A lot of players. We just forget that Kuminga balled out from the start of January 2023 until the playoffs. And he had some rough moments and didn't play. Yeah. He moped and went to the Chronicle. But the last 3 months of that regular season, you don't make the playoffs without Jonathan Kuminga. You don't make it without Klay Thompson. Yeah. You don't make the playoffs without Jordan Poole. All right? So maybe everything is overblown. But Mike Dunleavy Jr., I'm eager to hear from Dub Nation here. 888-957-9570 here on a Friday, where I was expecting to ask you about the Oakland A's or to give me some takes about the Golden State Warriors. Bradley Beal, you see our list, Alan, and Alan Styles in for Joe Shasky the Butcher. We got our list. And that list right there, Alan, is all the players that have been rumored or what Dub Nation wants. Starting with Karl Anthony Towns.
Man. And he's talking crazy, by the way.
Well, the more he talks, the less and less I want him.
I can give you 40. Really, Carl? Really?
He's going to change the game.
Yeah. No, they will speak on me.
No.
That I changed the game.
No, wait. It's more impressive that they won the play-in game as opposed to the Nuggets winning the championship.
You know what all this is, though?
When does that crack come into play for you?
It's turning it. Now we're just talking. Now we're just not. I want to ask though, Bonte, because I'm looking from here. Please tell me, because you have the lifers that stay on the list. Yeah. Is Boogie Cousins still on that list?
Oh, Boogie Cousins did make that list, right? He's a lifer.
Dwight Howard
Howard's on the list.
They just will never leave.
No, they will not.
I don't think people understand. Like, we're just frozen in time.
Bradley Beal. He came up again. Bradley Beal just never goes away like Kirk Cousins in the Niners.
Yeah. So, it's a great list. I see. Is that Rui Hachimura? I'd love that.
Hachimura's on there.
I'd love that.
Rui?
No, it doesn't matter if it would work. Doesn't matter how it would work. Just get their names on the list.
Just get their names on the list. So we got 2 pages full of names. Just figure out a name who should be on the list. Bobo's on the list. Franz Wagner should be on the list. People think that Orlando's is going to trade Franz Wagner. After them, hey, he looks like a good fit. Let's trade for him.
Right. Who do you want? Give me Ryan Rollins and PBJ.
Yeah, I mean, takes 2 to tango.
Have you fired up the trade generator? Are you a trade generator person?
I don't do that. I can't do it. I can't do it. You know why?
I dabble.
I used to dabble, but I stopped dabbling because I realized I don't know what the hell is going on in these war rooms.
No.
I don't know what these GMs want. I don't know what these coaches want. I don't know what the roster wants. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to stop playing that game. Well, I know what I don't want. And what I don't want is to see the Warriors trade Kuminga, Poole, and Wiggins for Jalen Brown and Malcolm Brogdon. That's what, so I saw that trade pop up a lot.
I can't do Wiggins.
Can't do Wiggins.
I can't do it. I'm going to tell you this, because, look, we're going to run into Guru a little bit later because Guru keeps standing me up at Washington Park.
Oh, is he? Are you surprised?
We got Warriors World coming up, right? So I'm lefty, right? Well, I'm leaving out some of my scouting report.
Well, so you're on the roster.
Of course I'm on the roster. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this.
Don't consult with the GM, though.
Don't play with me, Bonte. Don't play with me.
I got JD tweeting out there saying last time we left the best players off the roster.
Yeah, I wasn't here. And I don't know what type of drama that was.
Well, I'm looking at the roster, and I'm saying, we did have the best player at 95-7 a game. The best player shot us out of games. And the second best player was supposedly Daryl the Guru Johnson. But, your boy may just go to NBC, and let me tell you, some of the players that are available for NBC.
All right.
Look a lot better than the players available.
You've seen my game film. You've seen my game film. But look, Bonte,
I wouldn't be giving you a max extension.
All right, that's fine.
I wouldn't be giving you the super max.
Okay, well, look.
The 95-7 super max.
I do enough, and I can get hot.
I think you guys don't realize how competitive this Warriors World Tournament is.
What are they? What do you got? D1 hoopers? What are we talking about?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, sometimes we got
JUCO All-Americans.
We could deal with the couple. I can't.
JUCO All-Americans.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm worried about. I know a couple years Leandro Barbosa, I think, played. Okay, yeah that team. Yeah, these other dudes.
Zaza.
These other players.
Kurt Lakem plays in this tournament.
Show me stats, Bonte. I will Google.
I guarded a dude. When I was at another radio station, we had a team. Mm-hmm. I guarded a dude who had no body fat.
Okay.
And he hit me with the hezzy so hard that I walked straight to the bench.
I'll tell you this much.
I've yet to win a game in this damn tournament.
We getting one. I'm going to get you one.
You going to give me one?
Look.
You going to give me one?
Hey, if you give me the game plan, I can get you 40.
Oh, my God.
40.
Oh, my God.
But what I'm saying is I'm majority left-handed. I believe that I might still have more of a right hand than Jalen Brown has a left hand.
I'm tired of getting pushed around.
I can't pay for that, man. I cannot let, and I know Jordan Poole, people are very hot and cold, mostly cold with him right now. I can't let that go for what I saw. Have you seen that tape going around from Jalen Brown? Literally, they treated him like a high schooler that could not dribble with his other hand.
I didn't have to watch. I watched that video.
Can't do it.
But I really didn't have to watch the video. All I had to do was pop in the 2022 NBA Finals.
Exactly.
And watch how the Warriors took apart Jalen Brown. And then, by the way, who's more valuable in that series, Andrew Wiggins or Jalen Brown? Mm-hmm. Andrew Wiggins. I think we forget about that. So I would be hesitant to pay Jalen Brown a super max. That's just me.
A guard that can't really dribble. What are we actually talking about?
We can't. Come on, man.
What are we talking about?
We got one of those.
Yeah, we already got one.
We've got a splash brother, Klay Thompson. But what is the first order of business for Mike Dunleavy Jr., as he has been named GM of the Golden State Warriors? A nice little Friday news dump here on a 50-cent Friday, not a payday Friday, unfortunately, but still a Frisco Friday. Listen, what do you want Dunleavy Jr. to do? When he walks up to that podium, what do you want to hear from him on Monday? What do you want to hear from him? There's so many questions I have about Mike Dunleavy Jr. being elevated to GM of the Golden State Warriors. Do I think it's a great move? Look, I think Mike Dunleavy Jr. is more than capable of doing the job. Is there a lot of pressure on him? There is no doubt. Mm-hmm. There's no doubt. He's been with the Lakers since 2018 now. He knows how they operate. He knows what is expected of this job, of this role. So how are we feeling about it? 888-957-9570. We'll read some of the YouTube comments, Twitch, as well as the Comcast Business text line. 650. Boy. Comcast Business text line. Styles has turned to Guru with talking about his hoop game. Oh, man.
Look, man, first of all, Bonte challenged me, and somebody on the text...
I didn't challenge you.
No,
you came in here saying I'm a lefty.
No. You asked me if I'm on the roster. Guru hit me. I was first pick. I'm over here minding my business. And somebody on the YouTube chat, I don't know if you know me or not, said Styles couldn't make JV at De La. I never tried out, all right? I never tried out for JV because you know why? freshman year, they wanted me to run the offense. You know the offense I'm running? I'm running the Alan Sal's offense, and they didn't like that too much.
What's the Alan Sal's offense?
The Alan Sal's offense, I'm running,
Chuck and duck?
I'm chuck and duck. I got the lefty floater.
No passing?
The Tony Parker.
So no assist.
I got assist, but
you're a scoring
point
guard.
I was trying to prove myself by scoring, and then I shot, and then they took me out the game. And then they asked for me. Ask about me in Concord. They asked about me. They said, hey, Alan's not trying out. I said, no, I'm playing baseball. Great decision, by the way. Don't play with me.
Great decision. Woo! This Warriors World Tournament, man, can't come soon enough. By the way,
I just like ask about me in Concord. That's my favorite line.
Ask
that.
about me in Concord.
I'm gonna go around Concord like, hey, you guys know Al Sass? Oh yeah, man. When he went out for baseball, man, it just ruined De La Salle basketball.
The mean streets of Concord.
That's what I'm saying, man.
The mean streets. What is it? North Main Street.
You know, that's Walnut Creek.
That's Walnut Creek on my back.
We got Tree Boulevard. Shout out Tree Boulevard.
You want to talk mean streets? Who Walnut Creek?
Yeah, I mean, isn't it all the same? Isn't it all the same?
You know, and you know what? I got something for you later, and I'm not going to say it now. I'm going to wait for Flex Friday because whenever I come on this show, I got to hold it down for the East Bay because you and Shasky act like nothing exists past the Bay Bridge. So I got something for you later.
What show you been listening to?
I got something for you later.
What show you been listening to?
Oh, no.
They don't call me the king of Frisco. They call me the king of the Bay.
All right.
Come on now. I pay my toll at the Bay Bridge.
Because it's my job to let y'all know that we do exist.
I shall rise as the knight of numbers for the king.
Well, I could do two things here, and I could alienate a lot of the fans here, but I've been feeling sorry for the Oakland A's.
Mm-hmm.
After the A's leave, nothing is going to be existing in the East Bay other than high school sports. And that's unfortunate. Now you got the Oakland Soul. Let me pause on that.
Yeah, but I mean major sports.
Major sports
leagues.
They're done. See, Tyler, you're right. I did pay them ties with the Bay. Come on.
All right.
I go to San Jose, back up north, 408-510-925. I rep.